Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders radio network, heard across the USA. And we are talking with CEO and founder, an amazing woman, Susan Black, who is just sharing with us so many amazing things about expanding our mind to new cultures and new travel. And guess what? You can do so by sitting right on your couch, looking at it, whether it's on your phone or your desktop or whatever. So Susan, I've got to ask you, you've got to have amazing stories to share about connections that have been made or things that people have experienced through your program.
Well, I'm so glad you asked that. That's the most fun part of my job.
I can imagine.
And I have three to tell you, and they're all very, very different and heartwarming. Aww. One of my favorite ones was for Anna. Anna was in her assisted living home, and she mentioned to her activity director, because she knew we were going to Paris next week, that, she loves Paris. She's been there many times. And as a matter of fact, her daughter, son-in-law, and two grandchildren were going to be in Paris. What a coincidence. Well, we got to work with her activity director, and guess what we did? We made sure that our guide, Patrick, was meeting at Sacré-Cœur with her family. And even though we had over 400 people.
Oh my goodness sakes, this is amazing.
All of a sudden, we had a surprise for Anna, and there were her kids and her grandchildren all waving in the background saying, "We love you, Nana, and we're so glad that you're on our tour with us." So that was a wow moment. And
I'm getting tears in my eyes on that one.
It was lovely, but I have to tell you, the activity director, Cheryl, made it all happen. So we work with people and we try to make these wow moments. We're always connecting anniversaries and birthdays and red letter days and doing shout outs. So we're encouraging people to tell us before or during a trip what is meaningful for them. Another thing that happened another time, there's so many. And by the way, if you go to the Wowzitude website, we have something called Travel Stories. We have about 40 stories like this.
Oh my goodness, this is great.
But another thing that happened, which was so great, is we were on O'Connell Street in Dublin, and Margaret was there. And for those of you who know O'Connell Street, there's the famous clock at Cleary's. And that's where everybody used to meet. Well, 78 years ago, she met the love of her life there, and she thought she'd never be back. She was from Dublin and had emigrated. Never thought she would be back. And here she is walking there underneath. Unfortunately, her beloved husband had passed away. But there she is recounting the story for all of us, sharing her story with all of us about how she met her husband. It was raining. He didn't show up on time. She was going to leave. And all of a sudden he was running, and they met, and they've been together ever since. So revisiting these places, meaningful to people, sharing stories, that's all about that's what makes it so special.
Yeah, and thinking about, like you said, travel stories. This is what, when we get back to intellectual wellness, this is about learning. It's about discovering. It's about connecting, and all of those things. When we experience the world, how much more of a global idea we have, and I think it helps to unify people and with greater sense of understanding. I think a lot of our division in this world has to do with the lack of understanding from what other people walk through.
It does. We went to, on the other side, the stories of our guides are also just as heartwarming. When we went to Arequipa, we heard from Elizabeth, and Elizabeth told the story of how she came from the mountains of the Andes without speaking any English. Her Spanish was kind of rocky because they spoke, a dialect there. She hid on the top of a potato truck to make it there, was educated because she wanted to make something of her life.
My goodness.
Educated in Arequipa, and now through our virtual tours, our live stream tours, we actually provide for her entire family every month, because we pay the same in Arequipa as we do in New York, and that is a month's income for many families.
Fabulous.
everybody who goes on our tour is supporting underserved communities as well as enjoying all of the popular places.
I love that. And you've come so far since the pandemic. I can imagine you have quite a vision for the future. Do you have anything to share with us? What's next on the plate for Wowzitude?
Well, the next thing that we want to do is we want to expand this to as many people as possible in as many groups as possible. We're looking at alumni groups, bank travel clubs. We're really expanding this out to have both the real world travel with the live stream travel inspiring. So it's not just people who may not be able to travel. We really want to touch as many people who are planning to travel. And did I say global? Well, right now we're basically in North America, but we also want to expand out to our wonderful, culturally curious all over the world to participate in these live tours together. So next stop, we already have some in England and Ireland, and next stop is through other destinations as well.
That's so amazing. And I think about each and every one of us, if we have a curiosity to a destination or something like that, there's no downside in this. And I think it is such an amazingly affordable program for people to experience. It's literally the next best thing to being there. And not even, it's not a tagline. It's true.
Well, in some cases, we say it's better than being there because, as I mentioned, we get into places that groups can't go to. So unless you're with a private tour and you're going in certain areas, you can't get there. And the other thing is that we really are trying to make it is affordable, and we're trying to really have as many people as possible. We also have companies that sponsor and license. They give it to their audiences for free. So if you're
that'd be great.
About that, we do that. We want to have this go to as many people as possible so that we can, in fact, make the world smaller, make understanding greater.
Well, and what a great gift to give someone for a birthday or holiday gift or something like that. I mean, the experiences of a lifetime, really, every single month. And
every single week.
Yes, every single week. That's true. So, Susan, I am so really honored that you were on the show. Thank you so much for being our guest this hour.
Thank you, Suzanne, and thank you to all of your listeners.
Time to get back to Suzanne and more Answers for Elders.
Welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And I would like to thank again Susan Black, who is the CEO and founder of Wowzitude. That's WOWZITUDE.com. And don't forget, for those of you that sign up between now and October 1st, just for those that are part of our network, you're going to get a free interactive Christmas market tour in a European city during November or December. So check out Wowzitude. That's WOWZITUDE.com. We hope you're enjoying the Vitality Revolution, the program that we have going forward. And until next week, be good to each other. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.